Hi, I'm Paul Butler. I'm one of the client partners at New Leaf Training and Development, and I'm joined today by Kevin MacDonald, who is the Chief Executive Officer for the Santa Clarita Valley Senior Centre, an organisation that I'm delighted to say is a client of ours. Hey, Kevin, the purpose of these Take Fives is to give people some practical help, provide some hope, and even sprinkle a little bit of humour. So I've just got one question, which I'd love you to run with for about 4 or 5 minutes, as we do call them Take Five for a reason. So here's the question. What would you say, Kevin, that you're learning personally, professionally, and even as an organisation during these rather challenging days? Tell us a little bit more about the excellent work that you guys do and who you serve. And over to you, Kevin, and I'll wrap it up when you're done.
Okay, great to be with you. Hey, so in 2019, we built this beautiful new senior center in Santa Clarita Valley, $11 million center. It's not residential, it's day program, it's ballrooms, it's activity rooms, it's everything else. We built it. And then we've been waiting years for this to happen for this community. And what happens 10 months later? We close on March 13th, 2020, because of the pandemic. We closed our doors, we shut them down, and we said, what do we do now? And the key word is, we spent the weekend struggling, saying we're providing these meals, people can't come in the building anymore. And how do you challenge that? So you talk to your staff, you talk to your community in a matter of 2 days. And on the following Monday, we had to reopen in the form of a drive-through for lunch. So all those 400 people that joined us every day, you're in a drive-through service, just like McDonald's, but socially distanced. And we had to keep adjusting and adjusting to make sure we were safe. And volunteers came out to serve the drive-through. And it's one of the biggest drive-throughs in LA County right now. And we also ran into some stumbling blocks because people said, you can't do that. We're not used to doing that, because at the beginning of the pandemic, none of that stuff was happening. And we said, no, we have to serve. So regardless of the situation, our service and our mission to the seniors for our nonprofit organization is important. So the goal with our staff and our volunteers is serve, serve, serve. We'll figure it out later in terms of money and everything else, just to keep taking care of these individuals. And that's the most important thing as we went through. So the other thing we learned is no one's going to give you great ideas. You have to develop them yourself for your community. We have great friends with Meals on Wheels America and friends all over the country, but it's really up to us to develop unique ways of doing stuff. So we did drive-in events, and right now we're doing 3 events every single month: a rock concert, a movie night, and a comedy night, because we need to get seniors to be exposed and get out of their house a little bit in a safe environment. So that was important. And then we put all of our classes online and made them free, because we wanted everyone to keep in touch, and those are important things. And then one of the things that happened was we do Meals on Wheels deliveries, and everyone knows what that is, but we had a lot of our volunteers, they stopped when the pandemic is, because they're afraid of the virus, and we don't blame them. But then another 50 came out of their homes and say, what can I do? So you have this mentality of saying, let's go. And right now, 110 people deliver meals every week for seniors during a pandemic. And they're the greatest people in the world, and they're not afraid. Well, they're probably afraid, but they take all the precautions, and they're really taking care of the seniors, and their love they're sharing through 6 feet away at their door is just amazing. Mm-hmm. And the other thing we learned outside of the volunteers is our staff. We're in the pandemic. They're going through their own crisis at home with their families and everything else. And we really had to learn to teach them, treat them with kid gloves a little bit more, provide flexibility, ask them more about their families than ever before, because those are important things, because when they have the staff still working for this, it's stressful. I tell them to be grateful because they do have jobs and serving seniors during the pandemic, which is awfully important, but also to take care of those individuals and watch out for their families, the most important thing. And finally, it's a gratitude we're getting back. We serve different populations, but the senior population is so grateful. The notes we're getting, the notes on the doors that are saying thank you for delivering, or the notes in their cars, it's just, we're really serving a grateful people, because they're the most vulnerable during this population. So we have a service to offer. We're grateful for what they're giving back to us. We get a lot more from them, and we're happy to serve this, this wonderful, wonderful community of seniors, and during this crazy time.
Well, Kevin, on behalf of everyone who watches these, and they've become very popular now, thank you so much for your insights. And just on a personal level, thank you for the excellent work that you're doing to serve these wonderful senior citizens in my own backyard in Santa Clarita Valley. Could I offer you a virtual high five, Kevin?
Yes.
Thanks, Kevin.
Thank you.